Hey, it's Thomas Garrick 11, and it's been about 4 years since I began the Sinnoh collection of LEGO Pokemon, so to make the playlist easier to navigate and have better video quality for the older ones, I'm going to be doing batches of showing Sinnoh Pokemon, starting with the starter trio today of Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon Evo lines. Also, I'm working on the next legendaries after Dialga and Palkia, but bigger mons take a lot more time to come up with, so this will also fill the gap as I build them. First up, we have Turtwig. So there was no pieces that worked for both the head shape and the little branch on it, so I made the branch with just some tape put onto the head. Sinnoh is the only region where I can say every starter is amazing. Well, I guess, and Kanto. Kanto and Sinnoh are the regions where really every starter is just perfect. Grotle. Also, tutorials have already been done for all the ones that are large enough for it, so you can find those in the Sinnoh playlist. That'll be up at the end of this. And I guess I'll have the Torterra one linked in the top right too, since that's probably the one that you'd be most interested in seeing how to build. But you can find all of them in the playlist. Just have to go searching through it a bit. So Torterra. Head is a bit movable on it, though it doesn't quite look right since it's not connected at the bottom here. And you can also put some smaller Pokemon onto Torterra. And my favorite of the Sinnoh starters, Chimchar. Used a translucent piece here for the flame tail. Monferno. Not really a big fan of Monferno. I absolutely love Chimchar and Infernape, but Monferno is just kind of okay. Despite being my favorite line of the Sinnoh starters, Monferno is probably my least favorite of the 9 in their evolution lines. Because the other 2 middle evolutions are just so much better. And Infernape, my favorite of them all. Chimchar was the very first Pokemon I ever had since I started with Sinnoh, so Infernape is the one I probably spent the most time of any Pokemon using. Though it's still not actually my favorite Pokemon, I would still put Typhlosion way above it. Even though I got Typhlosion as my second starter Pokemon in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and just fell in love with it a lot more than I ever did for Infernape. So Infernape is like my third favorite Pokemon, I think. These ears I made with tape, and looks, I just noticed now that bit of the coloring chipped off of that. But they're taped onto the side of the head, and then this piece in the center here is a rod piece that was cut in half, but more details on that in the tutorial for how to build Infernape if you're interested in building it. Piplup. This is a very simple one. Mostly just a head. Piplup is probably my second favorite of the Sinnoh starters. I would say the Torterra line with Turtwig and everything is the least favorite, even though I still love them all. And Piplup is probably also my second favorite water starter that I can think of. And Prinplup. He's just a cool dude. And lastly, Empoleon. There's some range of motion on the wings here. You can move them to different positions. And the feet are modified minifigure flippers. Cut them to about half length. So those are all the Sinnoh starters. If you want to see how they're built or see all the other LEGO Sinnoh Pokemon, check out the playlist on the left. Subscribe to keep up with all the new LEGO Pokemon I make, and see you next time!